go make some food. Morning, y'all. Welcome to Cooking on the Farm. Today I'm gonna make Chex Mix. It's my oldest's 8th birthday this weekend, and we're just gonna make this up because he's doing a Western themed party. And we figured Chex Mix was the thing to do. For the Chex Mix, you will need 9 cups of your Chex cereal. You can do a mixture of corn and the wheat. We're just gonna do the rice. 1 cup of nuts, 1 cup of pretzels. We're choosing to do a cup of goldfish instead of the bread bites. 8 tablespoons or a half a cup of butter. 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, or however you say it. 1½ teaspoons of your seasoning salt. 3/4 teaspoon garlic powder. Half teaspoon onion powder. Half teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon pepper. All right, I have already pre-measured all of my stuff out. So literally, it is a dump. So I'm gonna mix all of these guys in this glass jar. So I've got my garlic, onion, my seasoning salt, salt and pepper, and Worcestershire sauce. And then your butter. All right, then just get this all mixed up, and it smells so good. I never realized how easy this was until I made it myself a few months ago, and it is super easy because that stuff that you buy is expensive, and this is super cheap, and I have tons of stuff, and you can make it your own. All right, then just drizzle. I'm gonna drizzle half of it. So just carefully, slowly, because you don't want to break up all those Chex cereal. Woo! Overboard. Overboard. I need a bigger bowl, I think. But I don't have a place to store a bigger bowl. All right. And I know this does not look like it is going to be enough, but it is, trust me. And just keep mixing. So the baby food jars that I have, I actually never ever fed my kids out of a baby food jar. I got them from friends, and I did feed them out of a baby food jar. I made my own baby food and put them in the jars and kept them in the fridge and the freezer. So that's why I have so many. All right, y'all. So I have this stirred. I've been stirring it for a couple minutes. Pretty much everything's got a shine on it. I have my oven set to 250 degrees, and I've got my pan. I don't like to cook directly on foil. I do this to protect my pans, but I don't like to cook directly on foil. But then you have this problem. Like, you gotta dump it and it rolls. A trick, this is gonna get noisy, but you crinkle it all up in a ball. You unfold it. And it'll stay so that you can dump whatever it is out. So then just spread this out. And you're gonna put this in your oven for 50 minutes. Every 15 minutes you're gonna stir it. So I'm gonna hold the parchment and I'm just gonna flip everything kind of that way, shove it around until everything is done. My kiddo wanted me to let you know that when this is done and cooled, we're gonna add some regular M&Ms to it. So it's got your salty and your sweet and a little bit of something that everyone likes. If you taste it now, it's not gonna taste very good. I just tasted it, which reminded me. It just tastes very boring. It tastes like you need a lot more salt and a lot more pepper and just more seasoning. But that cooking time in the oven is gonna make all those flavors kind of meld together and mix, and you'll start to smell it and you're like, oh, and it's like when you open that bag from the grocery store, you know that smell. That smell is gonna fill your whole house. The kids are gonna be coming in, probably the neighbors too. So if you taste it now, don't get discouraged. It will not taste this way when it's done. I guarantee it's gonna taste like the box. So I'm just about to put this in the oven. So these are pretty soft. Like I can squish them with my fingers. There's not much of a crunch left. So as you do the 50 minutes, they're still gonna be soft. And the last about 15 minutes, they'll crunch up. After 50 minutes, if they're still soft, run it for a little bit more, like another 10 to 15 minutes. Because you don't want them soggy, because that's just never fun. All right, let's stick this in the oven. All right, y'all, this looks amazing, so you gotta test it. Super crunchy. I did leave it in a little bit too long on accident. So there's a couple of the nuts got a little bit dark, but it still tastes amazing. Leave it out on the counter. Try to, keep the kiddos away, but it's good. It's hot. So if they do come in, remind them it's hot. It'll be hot for about 15 minutes, and then they can, grab a handful and it'll be fine. So once it's completely cool, what I like to do is put it in a gallon Ziploc bag and put it on my shelf in my pantry. If you want long-term storage, you can put it in a canning jar and use a space saver, I think is what it's called, to suck the air out, and that'll keep it for a longer period of time. Anyways, hope you enjoy this recipe. Let me know what toppings you're gonna add. See you next time on Cooking on the Farm. Morning, y'all. Welcome to Cooking. My salt didn't go in.
Yeah. Oops, overboard. All right, let's try this again.
Hot.